Hi everyone, it's Stefe and welcome to my channel. So today I have something very special. Can you see where that is from? JSC. So I'm going to open this on camera and we are going to give our first impressions. I was very excited to get this today. It came actually pretty late, almost like 7 o'clock tonight. So I was kind of surprised that they actually deliver packages that late because I thought they stopped at like 5 o'clock. But I knew there was a reason why I put on makeup today. Since I've been on quarantine, I haven't been wearing much makeup, but I knew there was a reason why I did today, and it was because my palette was coming in the mail. So I am very excited for this. Very excited. Like, as soon as they said the shipping label was created, I was excited. So here we go. Okay, so this isn't the usual paper. Usually there's Jeffree Star paper. This is just regular tissue paper. This is huge. There's some purple bubble wrap. And here she is. So let's take her out. Oh my God, it's heavy. So this is the Bloodlust palette. And on the back you can see the Jeffree Star logo with the snake. So let's take her out of the box. Okay, so when you open it up, it has this. It also says Bloodlust down here. So let's take her out. Okay, this is more manageable. This is way too big, but I will keep this just because I love that. Ooh, so it feels like velvet, but it's like a fake velvet. But here she is. Look at this compared to the size of my head. This is huge. All right, well, I get the first peek. Oh my God. I can't believe it. All right, so let's show you guys. We'll take this off. I'm trying to think if there's a good way to go with the mirror. There we go. So here are all the shades. So this really gives you an idea of which ones are the shimmers and the mattes. First impressions, I really like Wet Jewel, which is that pinky type shade. I also like Dungeon, which is like a dark purple hue shade. I do want to swatch everything for you guys. So let me, give me a second and I will do some swatches for you guys. Okay, so that took me a while because there is like 18 shades in here. Like, look at this. Look at this. But I want to show them all to you. So if we're looking at, let me see, what is a good way to do this? Probably like this. Let me stand up and do this. I'm so excited to have this palette. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay. So here is one hand. There. Now you can really see. So starting from here, this is your Majesty. Take the Crown. Deviant. Beauty Sleep. Wet Jewel. That can't be right. No, I skipped one. Hold on. Okay, sorry guys. I know what I did. I skipped a shade. Can't believe I actually did that. All right, let's start over. So this is your Majesty. Take the Crown. Deviant. Beauty Sleep. This on my hand is Wet Jewel. This here is Royal Pain. Dungeon. What comes next? Scandal Water. Sworn Enemy. Pink Magic. Bleeding Heart. I'm just going to kind of... This Wet Jewel is really pretty. All right.
That is pretty.
Let's scoot you guys all over so I can get to the other side. Okay. So this is the other hand. You can kind of see that executioner one. Okay, so starting from, see, I have to hold the palette, so I'm trying to figure out how to do this. There. Now you guys can see it. All right. Executioner, High King, Vivid Mood, Monarchy I ended up actually putting over here. You can't see it. Blood Queen, Vile Serpent, and Betrayal. Honestly, I'm so excited to have this palette. You guys do not even know. Today, obviously, I already have makeup on, so today I'm not going to do an eye look, but I will do one soon, and when I do, I will put the clip in this video. I am so excited to have this. Oh my God, look at how cute it is. All right, that's enough of me rambling. When you see me again, we will be doing a look. Hello everyone. So it is Tuesday morning. Today I actually got up really early. I put my alarm clock on the other side of the room so I didn't have a choice. And I did this eye look. So this is from the Jeffree Star Bloodless palette. This is my first look I've done. Eyes aren't exactly even, but this looks even prettier in person. Let me just cover up the camera, let it adjust. So you can really see. I highlighted with this shade. This is the highlighter right here. That's Beauty Sleep. This is Sworn Enemy. This is Dungeon. I have Beauty Sleep right here on the inside of my lid too. So I did use it a lot, but you can see that highlighter is blinding. It is very pretty. So I just wanted to pop on and say I got my Jeffree Star palette. I played with it. I'm going to keep playing with it. So stay tuned for more eye looks and more updates about other things. Hi everyone, so it is Wednesday morning. I did another eye look. So here it is. There's a little bit of shimmer in there. I don't remember all the shades that I used, but I'll take a picture and I'll list them in my picture. So just another day, but I thought this was a really pretty eye look. And as you can see, it's pretty in-depth. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off. Hi everybody, so it is Thursday morning. So today I tried to do a halo eye, and this is the red Bleeding Heart and then the purple Blood Queen, and then I used some Beauty Sleep on the top. So that is that. Okay, so the look we're going to do today is a little bit different. It's not going to be purple. Everybody has been doing purple with this palette, so I thought, let's do something different. So this is our color story right here. I have Beauty Sleep on the bottom, and then High King, and then Vile Serpent, and then Blood Queen. So what I want to do is I want to use High King as our transition shade. We're going to use Blood Queen all over the lid, and then we're going to do a cut crease with Vile Serpent, and then we're going to use Beauty Sleep kind of like all over on the top on the brow bone, and we're also going to use that as a highlighter. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I've noticed with these colors they do well if you have a really sticky thick base, we're going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Beige. So what we're going to do is we're just going to you know what, guys? I need my mirror because otherwise I'm going to go crazy trying to do this. This is a real light color. Where's my mirror? Here it is. And then we're going to take a beauty blender and we're going to blend this out. I really need to get a bigger mirror because this little thing just really ain't cutting it. What is going on with my camera? Hello? Not sure what happened there. All right. So now we're just going to take this and we're going to kind of blend it out. And if you're blending and you're doing this like I am and it's not perfect and this happens, I wouldn't really worry about it because you're going to be putting on other makeup anyway. If you do want to take a makeup wipe and clean that up, you can. But I'm going to use a makeup wipe to clean up the fallout anyway, so you're not going to see that. But I probably will clean it up for you guys just so it doesn't look like a big mess on camera, but I'm just trying to get this on. I had a really crazy weekend, so I'm kind of like blah today, but we got to get videos done. All right, let me go clean this up real quick because I look crazy, and then we'll get started with our transition shade. Okay, so now we are ready to start applying some color. One thing I will say with my experience with this palette this week, it does give you a little bit of fallout, which I think is normal, and also some of these more pinky shades or red, purpley shades do stain your eyes. So if that is something you're concerned about, plan on using concealer the next day because you're definitely going to need it. So we're just going to pop this into the crease first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of blend up. And don't worry about how bright that concealer is because we're going to be putting a shade over that. So it won't be that bright. But this is just our transition shade. So as you can see, the color does blend very nicely. That's what we have so far. I'm going to do the other eye. All right, so next we are going to go in with Blood Queen. And I'm just using some big crease brushes for this part. I do have smaller, more detailed brushes that we'll be using when we do the cut crease. But for right now, I can use a big brush because we're just going to go all over the lid. So Blood Queen is the deepest purple in the palette. And I will say, when you first put it on, it does show up like a purple, but as you can see, that's very dark. It tends to kind of blend away. So what I think we're going to do is we're just going to pop this on first, all over the lid, and then I'm going to wet my brush just so we can really get some vivid pigment in here. Because I've found wetting the brush works pretty well for a lot of this. And we're going to cover up most of our transition shade just because I really want this eye to pop. And I want it to be a dramatic glam type eye. What I will say is if you are new to makeup, I would not recommend any of these palettes from JSC to you because it does take a little while to figure out in the palette what's an eyeshadow topper, what's a foil type of color, what's a regular shimmer, you know, how the matte formulas work. And if you haven't had any experience with those type of things and you just like are playing around in like a neutral palette from the drugstore, you're going to have a little bit of issues with this one. So that's just my advice to you if you are new starting out. That's what I would say. So let's pop this on. As you can see, that's already a little bit darker, but I really want this color to pop because this is going to work real well, as you can see, with that transition shade, that blue and that purple together. And I think it's going to look really nice. Love that. Don't mind the little bit of fallout down here. I'll clean that up afterwards. So now we're going to go back in with our brush that had High King on it. And we're just going to kind of soften the edges. As you can see, they blend really nicely. And with that High King color underneath, it's kind of poking through. And it gives us almost like an ombre effect. I'm not really concerned too much about the corner of my eye because we're going to wipe that away and you won't see that. So that's what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so next we're going to cut the crease, and what I want to do, this is my packing brush. This is the one that I usually use to cut the crease. As you can see, it's pretty like solidified, so we're not going to use that today because it would just be like trying to use a rock to put that on. I think we're going to use this little detail brush. As you can see, the tip is very fine. It's very small, but it's big enough that we can get some coverage on this. So what I want to do is we're going to take the concealer and we're just going to go like this. Get a little bit on there. And now it's time to carve out our crease. So one thing I will say is if you're not sure how far up to go with your crease, you can do this. And then just blink, and it should give you a line of where to go. I kind of want to go a little bit higher with this cut crease just to really take it there. And I think we'll stop right about there. Let me get a little bit higher here. And then I'm just going to take my pinky finger and kind of dab. Another finger. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, because if it's not perfect, you can always blend it out with the eyeshadow, but I find it does help for good coverage. Okay, so now we have a nice sticky base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little pencil brush. We're going to dip into Vile Serpent. I'm going to give it a couple swirls there. And we're going to pack that on top. This one we're probably going to end up wetting the color too, because I like the color it's showing me in the pan. And I really want something like dark. I don't want it to be more of a pastel-like color, which with the concealer as a base, sometimes it will give you. And you know, you can kind of see that. So we're going to wet the brush. And then, just in case you're wondering what setting spray I'm using, this is the Glow Recipe Mist. I'm not even sure if this is a setting spray, but I'm using it as a setting spray, and so far it's been working out for me, so there's that. I know it's a hydration mist, but it's working, so I can't really complain. It's giving me a little bit better color payoff. Sometimes when I do these cut creases, they don't work out. But you never know until you try. It's just one of those things where you got to give it a try and see. Alright, so that's what we have so far. As you can see, there are some kind of harsh lines in there. So I'm going to take Scandal Water, which we didn't even really decide we were going to use. But it's kind of like, since it's a periwinkle color, it's kind of like in between the colors that we're using. And I want to use that to just kind of soften the edges and see if that does anything for me. So I'm just going to use kind of like circular motions to go through and really soften that up so it's not as intense of a crazy line. Now we'll just use some regular brush strokes, just kind of get in there, maybe some back and forth. I mean, it looks a lot more vivid in person, I will say. This palette, you don't really get as much color payoff like through a photo. So that's what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and do the other cut crease. Okay, so this is the look that we have so far. As you can see, that Scandal Water has really helped to transition in there. So now we're going to take, what we can use, I think I actually have another fluffy brush. I do. I have this really big one, and I think this is going to be good for, this would be a good highlighting brush. But we're going to dip into Beauty Sleep. I'm just going to try to not grab too much, because with this color you can really grab a lot. And we're just going to kind of brush that over a little bit of the Blood Queen and just plop that on the brow bone. I also want to get a little bit in the corner here. And we can do both eyes on camera, because that doesn't take but just a second to do. So I'm really going to drag that up from the corner eye and kind of just put that on the lid. And as you can see, that makes it a little bit less of a harsh line. So that is the color story. That is our eye look. I'm going to go finish the rest of my base. We'll come back and we'll use Beauty Sleep as our highlighter. And then I will go over my first impressions of the palette. All right, so it's time to do some highlighting, and I don't want to use this brush because I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has like a little bit of a pink tone to it because it's got some of that Blood Queen color on it. So I'm just going to take this brush, which I usually use for highlighting, and we're going to use that. Now, I'm not sure if they put this in here as a highlighter, this Beauty Sleep color, but I like it as a highlighter. So I'm just going to first do the nose. Look at that. I really just love this shade, and it has like a pink undertone to it. So it's not like I don't really like highlighters with like super crazy duochrome colors to them, but this one is like real nice if your highlighter runs out or something and you need to use something quick in a pinch. That's why I'm going to use it today. I just wanted to show you guys what that would look like. We'll hit the top of the brow bone a little bit. And then we're going to do our Cupid's bow. And just under the chin. All right, well, I'm going to go put on some mascara, some brow gel, and a lip, and then we will be back to talk about the palette. All right, so now that the face is beat and we are all ready, let's talk about this. First, I just want to say this eye look is so pretty. I'm so glad we did a cut crease. It's just like, and let me show you without the light, then you can really see how pretty it is. My blending skills could be a lot better, but I mean, you ever have that where one eye looks better than the other eye? I think that's what's happening here. And Bella is all for this video. You can see her over there. So first, let's talk about the packaging of the palette. I will say this packaging is a little bit luxe. It's a little bit extra, and I like that. And on the back, this isn't going to come off. I feel real confident about that. I love this clasp. And then when we open, if we're going to talk about colors here, I feel like with the light on, it doesn't give you any justice to the colors. So my favorites are going to be Blood Queen, Pink Jewel, and probably Pink Magic. I really like those colors. I think that this is a good color story. And I appreciate that there is like more options in here than just purple. There are blues, there's pinks, there's a red, there's also black in here. So if you want to do like a real grungy look, this palette is really good for that. I must say the price point is a little bit high, but the quality of the eyeshadows in here is just beautiful. And I do like that that Beauty Sleep shade is in there because look at how nice that looks on the eye. It really gives some more dimension to the eye. And I just, even not wetting the brush and then putting on the eyeshadow, it still turned out well. Now I did wipe the colors off my hand from my color story, and you can still see a little bit of staining with that Vile Serpent color right there and High King. So like I said before, you will have some staining with these, but I think that's pretty standard for any palette really that has a lot of pigment. So I'm going to give this palette a 4 out of 5 because I feel like it could be cheaper. But I do love Jeffree Star. I love his products. I'm excited to try out more of his products for you guys. So if you want to see that, leave it a like. If you're new, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.